Acrocanthosaurus, a piece of art, the superior dinosaur and the destroyer of planets. It's the dinosaur I am most excited for in the Isle, and I hope you guys are as well. But what will the underdog do? What is its purpose in the ecosystem? Well, the big chungus is supposed to be a smaller kind of apex, and an apex it is, since that is what the devs have said it for it to be, which is pretty sick, and it immediately gives Acro a unique place in the roster. It's not trying to be the biggest creature on the island, and it's not trying to be the fastest either. Instead, it looks like Acro is being designed as a brutal, efficient predator that sits right in the middle of those extremes. From what we've seen and heard, Acrocanthosaurus seems to be all about domination through pressure, not only necessarily by one-shotting everything it sees, but by overwhelming prey with strength, persistence and sheer aggression. Looking at the concept art, you can already get an idea of what kind of monster this thing is supposed to be. A bit of the concept art shows it choking Camarasaurus, which is a much larger dinosaur, almost like it's trying to bring down something that should be up with its weight class. Another bit of the concept art shows it pinning a fat trike to the ground and leaning its body weight into it while it's still struggling. And it tells me Acro won't just be a dinosaur that walks around looking scary. It looks like it's gonna actively interact with its target in a ways that make hunts feel violent and traumatic. And honestly, that's exactly what the Isle needs. For a long time, Apex gameplay has often boiled down to walking, drinking, and occasionally face-tanking another giant dinosaur, like Uncle Rex. Anyway, Acro looks like it's being built to break that mold. It feels like a predator designed around commitment. Once it chooses a target, you want to stay on that target, stay close, apply pressure, force mistakes. I can imagine it being a nightmare of mid-sized dinosaurs. Too powerful to challenge directly, too durable to wear down quickly, just fast enough that escaping isn't guaranteed. If you're Thanato, Diablo or any large herbivore, hearing an Acro nearby should instantly change how you play. But what's even more interesting is how it might interact with the true giants of the ecosystem. The concept art heavily suggests it's a predator capable of harassing and attacking animals larger than itself, not necessarily killing them in a fair fight, but wearing them down, opening wounds and capitalizing on opportunities. That creates a completely different dynamic from the classic Apex formula. Instead of being the biggest bull in the room, Acro becomes a dangerous opportunist. It's a predator that sees a healthy adult giant and thinks, maybe not, but sees an injured one and thinks, dinner. That role is incredibly important for ecosystem balance. Every living world needs something that keeps the larger creatures honest, something that punishes the weakness, something that turns a small mistake into a serious problem. Acro looks like it could become exactly that. And let's be honest, the design alone is absolutely perfection. The tall spines running along its back gives it one of the most recognizable silhouettes within the Isle. You can spot that profile from kilometers away. Don't think of fat shaming my boy, but it's intimidating, unique and somehow managed to look both elegant and terrifying at the same time. It's one of those dinosaurs that doesn't need exaggerated features to look cool. It already does. Then there's the potential gameplay factor of intimidation. Even if Acro isn't the strongest creature in the game, perception matters. If players know this boy can body slam a prey, pin targets, or inflict devastating damage over time, simply seeing one emerge from the trees could be enough to send entire groups running. And that is where I think Acro will be truly shine. Not as the king, not as the largest, but as the predator everyone respects. The dinosaur that can never be ignored. The one that shows up when you're already injured, already tired, already vulnerable, and suddenly turns a bad situation into a disaster. If the developers manage to capture even half of what these concept arts are showing, Acrocanthosaurus could end up being one of the most engaging carnivores in the Isle. A hunter that rewards aggression, positioning, and commitment instead of simply relying on size. And for me, that's what it makes so exciting. Acrocanthosaurus is a creature that leaves chicken nuggets on survivors, piles of hamburgers at watering holes, and unforgettable memories of it fat-shaming Tyrannosaurus Rex. So, if that's the future of Acrocanthosaurus in the Isle, then I cannot wait to see it unleashed once some elder. So yeah, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed this Acro video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.